-5 -5 and -2 or -1. This is ايش -5 -1. let me call it B, and this is the origin. Okay, in the xy plane, any point is described by two numbers, the x coordinate and the y coordinate. We can think of these two numbers as giving us direction 3, 1. Basically, how to go from the origin to the point A. We can move 3 units to the right or east, they're followed by 1 unit upward or north. Okay, how to go from the point O to the point B? I can go 5 units to the left or west, followed by 1 unit downward or west. Okay, the two coordinates give us really directions of how to go from the origin to another point. Okay, so this is what we know from xy plane. Okay, but in the real world, really, our motion is not only horizontally and vertically. Okay, we also go upward and downward. Okay, you go to the first floor, second floor, or you go to the basement. Okay, a vertical or upward, downward motion. Okay, that one we model that motion in the following way. Okay, so from the plane to space you get something like this. You start with the xy plane. This is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis, and this is h. Okay, this is the plane or the place where you move horizontally and vertically, along the x-axis and along the y-axis. If you want to go to the first floor, second floor, we need a third direction. هنا in mathematics we need a third axis perpendicular to the floor, to the xy plane. We put a third axis, a third line. So this is the third line. Okay, and we call it Z. Okay, and negative down. Okay, now you will have space. Really, now we call it space. Okay, so you have 3 axes: x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and they will form a space. Okay, Okay, we call it x, y, z space. X, y, z space. Okay, and in the third axis, it is a direction for going up and down, first floor, second floor, and etc. Okay, and here a point, if you choose a point, for example, we choose this one, P, A, B, and C. And again, A is good the x coordinate, B the y coordinate, C the z coordinate. Okay, A and B, they are coming from the floor xy plane. Okay, and they are the following way. But this is A, and this is B. Okay, this is B, and this is C. This is C. This is C. Okay. Okay. So any point will be described by 3 numbers: x coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinate. Okay. So generalization in x coordinate, y coordinate. Now we have an extra number for the z coordinate, corresponding on the number on the third axis or the z axis. Okay. Now, so this is called the XYZ space, or we call it a 3-dimensional space, a 3D space, D 4-dimensional, which this explains the title, 3D, 3-dimensional space, or we call it R3, R3. 3 because each point is described by 3 numbers, 1, A, B, C. And the 3 numbers are real numbers, are for real numbers, 3 real numbers. Okay. Okay. Now, in orientation, the x-axis and the y-axis form the xy plane. Here, any 2 axes will form a plane. The x-axis and the y-axis will form the xy plane. We call it the floor. X-axis, z-axis, they form the xz plane. We call it the wall. Y-axis and z-axis form the yz plane, and we call it the yz plane, which is also another wall. So you have a floor and 2 walls and two walls. Okay. The main point here, which is very simple, but it is very important, know how to locate points. So if I choose, for example, the point 1, 2, and 3, how to locate these points in space, okay? So you draw the space, This is Y, and this is Z, and this is X. How to locate a point in a space, in a 3D space? Always start with the first two numbers, okay? One is the x-axis, the x-coordinate, y is the y-coordinate. These 2 points lie in the plane, the xy plane. So these are the xy plane. يعني the floor. So you locate 1 and 2 in the floor, xy plane. So this is 1, and this is 2, and you are here, okay? So this is 1 and 2 from the first two numbers, 1 and 2. Now the z coordinate, from this point you go along the z-axis 3 units upward, okay? 3 units upward. So you go 3 units upward. And this is a 3, and I am here. This is h, the point 1, 2, and 3, okay? But to locate a point, always you must start from the xy plane, okay? 1 and 2. Locate them in the xy plane, and then from that point, the xy plane, if the z coordinate is positive, you go 3 units upward. If it is negative, you go downward. Parallel to the z axis. Okay. For example, if I choose a second point, but then -2, -3 and 1, for example. Okay. وخلنا just خليها 2 أفضل. Just 2 -3 and 1. Well, how to locate this point? Again, start with the xy coordinate, a point in the xy plane. So this is 2, and this is -3, and you are here, Okay. So this is the point here. Z is 1, you go up unit, up h1. خلينا نعملها 2 أفضل, just أكبر. And this is h2, and this is 2, for example. So this is h, the point 2 -3 and 2. So this is how to locate points. Always start from the xy coordinates. The point in xy coordinate, they will line the xy plane in the floor. Locate that point, and then you go up or down along the z-axis, depending on whether the z coordinate is positive or negative. Go up if it is positive. Go down if the z coordinate is negative. This is how to locate points. Okay. Now, if this is clear, please write in the chat 5. Write in the chat 5. Okay. Again, this is not new, just refreshing really your memory, how to locate points. You already know this, but it is basic, because if you know how to locate points, other things becomes also clear. Okay. نعم.
بس في سؤال عن ليش قلبنا الاكس واي اثنين يعني the x y plane was the x on the right and y up. Now y to the right and x up.
Again, can you just repeat your question, please? Okay.
يعني في الاكس واي بلين كان الاكس فوق، كان الاكس يمين والواي فوق.
صح. اوكي. نعم.
الان الواي يمين عكس يعني.
هو it is a convention يعني. It doesn't really matter يعني. Okay. You have to choose something to follow. Okay. And I'm taking this to the x-axis. I'm taking this to the y-axis. I can take the opposite. This is why this is. I can take it, but we have to agree on some standard way of choosing the axis. But this is the standard way. This is the x-axis coming to you, y-axis to the right, z-axis upward. Okay. Yani the floor is the usual xy plane, but the floor has to be the xy plane, the usual xy plane. Okay. And z is the one perpendicular to all of them. Okay, it is a convention. Yani. We have to choose a specific naming for these axes, and this is This is the standard usually. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now example. Okay. Based on this example here, example. Describe the set of points. The set of points x, y, z, x, y, z in a 3D space with coordinates satisfy the condition or conditions. Okay. Or conditions. 1, z equals 1. Okay. So the solution here, just try to understand the meaning of the question here. I need to describe the points, set of points x, y, z. So I will write it in set notation. I need to describe the set of points x, y, z in a 3D space, معناته in R3. So describe the points x, y, z in R3 with coordinates satisfy. What are the conditions in x and y and z? And 1 z equals 1. So what is the condition in x? Do we have any condition in x? What is the condition in x?
No.
معناته what is it if it is no? Okay.
Free can
No restriction. معناته x can take anything. Okay, x can take anything. Free. So x and r, x and r. The same thing. No condition in y. معناته y is free. Y in r, y in r. What about the z coordinate?
must be equal to 1.
Well, so the question z equals 1. For z is always 1. Z is always 1. Okay. X and y are free. Okay. This is are the conditions of the coordinates. يعني عندك هنا x can be anything, y can be anything, but z is always fixed. Okay. Z is always fixed. Okay. So these points form what? How to locate these points? Or these points form what? What shape do they form? Okay. Or what region do they form? Okay. And the best way at the start to try to locate some points, and choose some values of x, some values of y. Choose some point and discover a pattern. Discover a pattern. Okay. That be something like this. This is the y, and this is the x, and this is the z. Okay. Try to locate some points. For example, I will choose z is always 1. Choose a value for x and y. Since they are free, you can choose some values. For example, 1 and 2. Look at 1, 2, 1. So start from the xy plane, A1, 2. So this is 1, and this is 2, and this is h, the point. Then I go 1 unit up. So you go 1 unit up. And this is the first point. I say this is 1. So I am here. Okay. Choose another point just to discover a pattern. For example, let me say 2 minus 1 and 1. Z is fixed 1, but varying. Okay. 2 again, start with the xy plane. This is 2, and this is minus 1. So this is minus 1, and you are here. In the xy plane, you are here. Z is 1. You go 1 unit up. You go 1 unit up. Okay. Go 1 unit up. So you are here. But this is 1. This is يعني you move to the first floor. Z equals 1. You move to this first floor. Okay. Now, if I take arbitrary point, for example, x and y. Okay, x and y. Okay. What do I do with this point? What is z in this case? Okay, 1. So what do I do with this point? If you take arbitrary point,
Shift it up.
How many units? Okay,
1.
1 unit to the first floor. Z equals 1. So you go z. Any point, arbitrary point, you have to go to z1. Okay. If you take arbitrary point x1, you go z equals 1. You just go 1. Okay. معناتها I am shifting every point in the xy plane 1 unit up, taking it to the first floor. Okay. So what is the result?
A plane perpendicular.
معناتها If I am shifting every point in the XY plane 1 unit up, معناتها I am shifting the whole XY plane 1 unit up. So you shift the whole XY plane. This is 1, and this is it, the whole. So this is just, this is X, and this is Y, and this is Z. You shift it 1 unit, I get something like this, okay. So you get a plane parallel to the XY. I'm shifting the whole XY plane to the first floor. You go just shift it to the first floor. So what you get a plane parallel to the XY plane, passing through a point, passing through. What is the point here? It is H 0, 0, 1, okay, 0, 0, and 1, okay. So this is H, the set of points. So these 4 points, Z equals 1, form a plane parallel to the XY plane, parallel to the XY. Of course, I graph part of the plane in the first octant, but the plane should extend all over the space. But usually we graph it in the first octant. But this is the graph of the plane in the first octant. But it should be extended all over the plane, just like the XY plane, like parallel to the XY, exactly like the parallel, like the XY plane. Okay. So this is how to do. So the main idea, start always with the XY plane, the point, the X with X coordinate, Y coordinate. Then you go up or down depending on the sign of Z. Okay. And you're going to this first floor, second floor, or others. Okay. If this is clear to you, write in the chat 12. Let me say 12 in the chat. Write in the chat 12.
Doctor.
نعم.
Please, can you repeat? I don't understand the last point.
Which last one? And specify more يعني. Which one last point يعني. Okay. يعني specify further يعني ايش last point؟ ايش قصدك last point هنا؟ Do you know how to sketch 1 to 1? 2 minus.
How can we get 1 and 2?
كيف؟ اسأل ما اسمع.
الدكتور ذي البوينت 1 و 2 ذي معطيني اياها ولا؟
هو هذا الجنرال بوينتس هم هذا x y 1 x y 1 لأن x is free, y is free, z is fixed. هذا z is fixed 1. ال x y they are free. فأنا I said I will choose some points بما إنهم free. I will choose some point just to discover a pattern. If I choose 1 2 1 x1 y2, I look at it this point. This is 1, this is 2. Then you go 1 unit upward. I am here. Okay. This is A. If I say this is A, this is A. Okay. If I say this is B, how to look at this point? Again, I choose another X and another Y. Z is fixed. Z equals 1. Look at this point, 2 minus 1, 1. This is 2. Y is minus 1. I am here. You go 1 unit upward. So this is B. Okay, this is B. Okay. So from these 2 points, I know to know. Just I look at the point and you go 1 unit upward. So if you take in general X, Y, 1. XY arbitrary, so this is X1. Then Z equals 1, you go up 1. And I am shifting every point in the XY plane 1 unit upward. I'm shifting all points 1 unit upward. معناتها I am shifting the XY plane 1 unit upward. You shift it, you get another plane. Okay. But this is what it is.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
But the main idea again, go to second example, third example. The main idea always starts from the XY plane, and then you go up or down. Okay. A second example. Okay. X equals 2, Y equals 3. Okay. So solution here. I need this to sketch the set of all points X, Y, Z in R3. What is the condition in X? X is always 2. So X is 2. What is the condition in Y? Y is always 3. Y equals 3. Okay. What is the condition in Z? Okay.
Arbitrary.
Arbitrary. No condition. معناته Z is free. Z is free. Any real number. Okay. This means if X is always 2, Y is always 3, but Z is free. Okay. And here I have 2 fixed coordinates. In the previous example, I have 1 fixed coordinate. Okay. Now These points form what? What do these points form? Okay. How to locate these points now? I start with what? Okay.
The floor, XY plane.
Start with the floor. Okay. اللي هو ايش؟ 2 and 3. This is the XY plane. So in the XY plane I have 2 and 3. So this is 2 and this is a 3. So this is the point. Okay. Now then Z. From this point, Z is free. So I can go up, first floor, second floor, third floor. I can go down, first basement, second basement, third basement, and etc. Z is free. I can go up and down from this point. Okay. If it is 1, I go up to the first floor. If it is 2, I go to the second floor. If it is negative, I go -1, -1, -3. Okay. So what is the final result? Okay. What is the final result? Okay.
Straight line.
Align. You see, align. Parallel to ايش؟
To
Z axis.
Through what point?
any point.
Through. For example, this point. What is this point here? X is 2, Y is 3. What is Z هنا? 0. In the floor, you are not moving up or down. So Z is the floor. Z equal to 0. 2, 3, 0. 2, 3, 0. You have to mention a point, at least one point on the line. But this is H, this is H, a line. Okay. So if 2 numbers are fixed, you get a line. If 1 number is fixed, you get a plane. Okay, you get H, a plane. Okay. واضح ولا لا؟ Clear ولا كيف؟
Clear.
Yes, clear.
Let's go. يعني we go to a harder one. For example, 3 here. Y greater than or equals 3. Okay. And I need to describe the set of all points X, Y, Z in R3. What are the conditions on X?
Free.
What about Y?
Free.
Why?
From 3 to infinity.
What is the condition on Y? On Y.
Greater
Yeah.
than.
Y.
equal 1.
What is the condition on Z?
equal 3.
What is the condition on Z?
It is free.
No, يعني X is free. Y has to be greater than or equals 3, and Z is free. Okay. But I need to sketch these. Okay. How to sketch these? How to sketch these points? Okay. Give me
with the floor.
exactly the same idea in all of them. Okay. I have to start with the floor. Okay. And at XY. And XY. هذا XY. Okay. So here I will just do it in orientation. I will just in the XY plane just to see how it looks in the XY plane before I go to space. So this is the X and this is the Y. I need to sketch this in the XY plane and in orientation. What is the graph هنا? Y greater than or equals 3. How to
horizontal line and after the 3.
فهنا you start with Y equals 3. Y equals 3. قال لك greater than or start with Y equals 3. What is the graph of Y equals 3 in the XY plane? Okay, it is the horizontal line. Horizontal line. Okay, this is it. Now Y greater than or equals 3. What should I choose? Okay,
on and above.
Everything above this line greater than 3. Okay, if it is this is just Y equals 3. If I need greater than معناته every Y the Y greater than 3 will be here. حتكون 4, 5, etc. معناته you are here. Okay. So this is the graph in orientation. Math 0, 0, math 0, 0, 1 or 0, 0, 2. Okay. The XY coordinates or the XY conditions. But always when you start with the XY plane, it is easy. معناته you will take you back to the orientation or previous courses. So now I go to space. Now space I have the following. So this is X, and this is Y, and this is Z. Okay. And pay attention. Now becomes very simple. Once you know the XY plane, what happened in the XY plane, you are done. Okay. Now in this space, I have to start with the XY plane. But this is the XY plane. Okay. What is the graph in the XY plane? This is the graph. Okay. Just bring it here. So Y equals 3. So this is 3, and this is the line. Okay. This is the line. and everything to the right of it. Okay. Everything to the right. But this is ايش? y equals 3. Y equals 3. Okay. Y equals 3. And everything to the right of it. Okay. I take it from here, from orientation. Okay. Now this is for x and y. Now I am done. For the x, y, I am done. Okay. Now I go to the z. Z is a free. So what do I do with this? With this region here? Okay.
Shift it up and down.
Exactly. That's what you allow. Z is okay. Take the whole region here to the first floor, second floor, and etc. First basement, second basement, and etc. Okay. But this is what you do. Okay. Just to make things easy, start with the line. The line, you know, just if you concentrate on the line, only the line. Okay. If I take this up and down, what do I get if I take this line up and down? Okay. I get a plane. صح ولا I get a plane. صح ولا لا? But this is ايش؟ صح ولا لا? If you shift the line up and down, you get ايش؟ A plane. صح ولا لا? Okay.
صح.
A plane. Okay. Just take a line, your pen, just take it up and down, you take ايش? You get a plane. You get ايش? A sheet of paper. Now everything to the right of this plane, everything to the right of this plane. Okay. You continue. That's it. And you do the line and then everything to the left of the line. When you shift the line up and down, you get a plane. Now, what about the other region? Just everything to the right of the plane, to the right of the plane. And this plane, what is the equation of this plane? Still y equals 3, y equals 3. So this plane is also y equals 3. Okay. The equation of this plane, y equals 3. Okay.
It's parallel to the xz plane.
Exactly, parallel to the xz plane. Exactly, yes, okay. فواضح يا شباب؟
So doctor, we call it a plane or a space?
لا طبعا هنا the set حتكون the plane and everything to the right of the plane اللي حنسميه half space يسمونه half space يعني طبعا لانه لما نقول البلين and to the right معناته it is a space صح ولا لا؟
صح.
مش ما فقط قلنا بلين وبعدها الخطوط الاخرى everything to the right of the plane the plane and everything to the right of the plane and it is good half space okay. Let me give you another example هنا y equal 4 y equals x equal. So I'm going to a little bit going يعني harder and harder. Will they be harder? You will see whether they are harder or not harder. Okay. Now I need to sketch the set of points x, y, z in a 3D space whose coordinates satisfy y equals x equal. Okay. So again, just write it in set notation, the set of all x, y, z in R3. What is the condition in x? What is the condition in y? Okay. And what is the condition in z? Okay. First, what is the condition in z? What is the condition in z? Okay.
Z is
3.
It's 3.
3. Okay. There is no condition. Z is a 3. خلصنا من هذا. Z is a 3. Now, what about x and y? X and y. Okay.
X
And we have a relation between. I mean, we have something different. We have a relation between the coordinates. Okay. What is the relation between the x, y equals x equal? If I write the relation now, relation between coordinates, x coordinate and y. In the previous example, there is no relation between x coordinate, y coordinate, or z. They are different. Now, there is a relation between the x coordinate and the y coordinate, which is y equals x equal. Okay. Now, in this case, how to sketch these points? Okay.
Start from the floor.
Exactly. Always you have to start from the floor. Always. Okay. But this is xy, and this is xy. I will let me do the floor. This is h the floor. Okay. Just this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Now, what are the points here? Well, in the floor, I have a relation between the x coordinate and y coordinate. Y equals x equal. So how to locate these points? Okay.
Parabola.
A parabola, exactly. It is a parabola in the xy plane. So they form these points. All points in the parabola. Okay. The xy, the possible values of x and y, they are all points in the parabola. Y equals x equal. Okay. So this is h in the xy plane. Now I go to space. This is space. Okay, so this is This is y, and this is x, and this is z. Okay. Now the graph here, I start with the floor. The floor is a parabola, so this is the parabola and the floor. Okay, so this is the parabola. Okay. A curve in the floor. What do I do with this curve? Okay.
I shift it up.
It's up
Z
and
is
down.
free. خلاص أنا خلصت من الإكس والواي. خلاص الإكس والواي are done. باقي الزد. Z is free. معناتها I just take this up and down, up and down. To the first, second, third, and etc. floor. To the first basement, second basement, and etc. Okay. So you just take it up and take it down. Shift it up and shift it down. You get something like this. And down, you get something like this also. Okay. It is a sheet, a parabolic sheet, a parabolic sheet. Okay. So this is the graph. We go up and down. Okay. Clear ولا كيف؟
Yeah, it is clear.
Yes, clear.
فonce you, يعني the main, in all of these examples, the main idea is the same. You start from the XY plane, you start from orientation. Then you shift along the Z axis, depending on the values of Z. Okay. The same idea for all of them. Okay. Now, if you understand this, let me give you this variation here. Okay. 5. Okay. 5. You know, okay. Y equals x squared, but Z between 0 and 2. Okay. How to sketch this? Okay.
The same, but Z is restricted.
يعني هنا y equals x squared in the floor, it is the same, a parabola. Okay. But it is the same, a parabola. Okay. But now Z is not free. Z is restricted from 0 to 2. Okay. So you have to start with Z equal to 0. Okay. So this is x and y and Z. Okay. The floor is the parabola, so this is the parabola. Okay. Now you shift it up to the second floor. Z equals to what? Z equal to 0. What is Z equal to 0? Okay.
It's the XY plane.
The XY plane. The XY plane, you are not moving anywhere. So Z equal to 0. Z equal to 0. The floor. Okay. Until Z equals 2. You shift it until Z equals to the second floor. Okay. So this is H, what you get. Okay. So it is part of this, of the previous sheet, not an infinite sheet. No, it is a bounded sheet, Okay. So this is how to do the sketch or describe the point, the set of points. Yes,
احنا لازم نوصل بين البارابولا التحتية والبارابولا الفوقية ولا؟
Yeah, لازم. إنه قال لك Z is all values from Z 0 to Z equals 2.
اوكي.
كلهم مش يعني مش فقط Z equals 0 and Z equals 2. قال لك all values from 0 to 2. So you have to shift it up to the second floor. Up to second floor. So this is
بيكون parabolas between them. There will be parabolas. No line.
يعني أنت مجرد translating the parabola from the floor to the second floor. فكل parabolas. Yes, okay. يعني حتكون أخذ إيدك اليمنى مثلا واعمل لها curve it, okay. Like a curve. Okay. Turn it a little bit. Okay. So this is the first point, which I thought needs a little explanation. The second point doesn't need any explanation, in fact, because it is generalization of what you have from orientation. Okay, which is if you have two points in B1, X1, Y1, Z1, and another point B2, X2, Y2, and Z2. So you have 2 points in space. 2 points in space. So this is B1 and this is B2. B1, B2. Okay. We need to find the distance between them. Distance between 2 points. Distance. How to find the distance between 2 points? Okay. B1 and B2 in space. Okay. Now, if there is no Z, if X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Okay. How to find the distance between 2 points in the plane, in the XY plane? Okay.
Square root the reference square.
Exactly. So this is x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. This is if there is no z. There is no z component. يعني the x1 y1 x2 y2. This is in orientation. Now, if you have z component here, what is the distance?
Just plus.
Here it will be
Z.
a generalization. You just add the z component. Okay. Z1 minus Z2 squared. So it is really a generalization. Okay. A generalization of the formula in orientation. Okay. The notation for this one, we wrote absolute value of P1, P2. And we are using absolute value to indicate distance from P1 to P2. We use absolute. Our textbook use the absolute value notation for distance. The second point, midpoint. Okay. If you take the line segment from B1 to B2, this is the line segment. Okay. This is the midpoint, the point in the middle. What are the coordinates of this point? Okay. What are the coordinates of this point? Again, if you are in the XY plane in orientation, X1, Y1, X2, Y2, how to find the midpoint between points in the plane? Okay.
x1 plus x2 over 2.
X1 plus X2 over 2, Y1 plus Y2 over 2. This is in orientation, in the plane, the XY plane. Now in space, if you have a Z component, okay, we just generalize it. You add also the Z component, okay, Z1 plus Z2 over 2, okay. But this is how to find the coordinates of the midpoint. Generalization of what we have from orientation, okay. The third generalization, in XY plane, you have a circle. If you have the center x0, y0, and radius is r, what is the equation of the circle? هتكون x minus x0 squared plus y minus y0 squared equals r squared. So this is for circles in orientation. In space, the generalization in space for circle will be spheres, okay. Sphere. Okay, sphere. Now the center of the center is x0, y0, z0, and the radius is r. What is the equation of the sphere? In fact, a generalization. Okay. Let me charge the computer. Okay. Now the equation will be a generalization. هتكون x minus x0 squared plus y minus y0 squared plus z minus z0 squared equals r squared. Okay. Really a general. We are adding the z component squared. It is a generalization. The spheres are generalizations of circles. طبعا I assume that you read the note, the definition of the sphere, or you read the textbook, the definition, and then the equation. Okay. So this is H. These are the distance points and the sphere, and they are easy. So you have to read the examples in the notes, and also the examples in the book. Since they are easy, you should do this by yourself. Okay. An observation هنا, as you notice هنا, if you remember in the first class, if you remember, I said really in Math 202, يعني the new material is chapter 10. The other chapters are really not new, not totally new. Many of them will be generalizations, okay, of previous material, okay. The tools you will see also, they are not new, okay. The new things are really very limited, okay. Most of them are generalization of previous materials in orientation and in freshman calculus. And this is an example. The distance, midpoint, and this field, the equations, the formulas are really generalizations of what we know from orientation, okay. So even the questions are similar to those in orientation. So this is H. This is this section. Read the note. Read the examples in the note and the textbook. If you have a question, you can ask. Okay. Those in case before this, طبعا هنا. Let me just make sure something. Try to make your Microsoft Teams camera on. Make your camera on. Turn on your Microsoft Teams camera. So that I see all of you.